evening to one and all present here. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of the 5th National Pharma Covigilance Week 2025, organized by the Department of Pharmacology, PA College of Pharmacy, under the theme, Your Safety, Just a Click Away, Report to PVPI. As it is rightly said, the greatest wealth is health, and safety is a key to sustain it. Today, we gather here to reinforce a commitment towards patient safety through vigilant reporting. To begin this blessed occasion, I now invite Mr. Yaqub from first year B Pharm to lead us in prayer.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما إن الذين يؤذون الله ورسوله لعنهم الله في الدنيا والآخرة فأعد لهم عذابا مهينا والذين يعدون المؤمنين والمؤمنات بغير ما اكتسبوا فقد احتملوا بهتانا وإثما مبينا يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن من جلابيبهن ذلك أدفى أن يعرفن فلا يؤذين وقال الله غفور رحيما. Blessing upon the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his angels pray for him, for believers invoke Allah blessing upon him and salute him with poverty creating of peace. As for those who abusing believing men and women, unjustifiedly they will definitely bear the guilt of slander and violence. O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ask your wives, doctors and believing women to draw their cloaks over their bodies. In this way, it is more likely that they will be recognized as vicious and not be harassed, and Allah is all forgiving, most merciful.
I now invite Dr. Mubin, Head of Department of Chemistry, to deliver the welcome address.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. It is indeed a great privilege to extend a warm welcome to all of you on the occasion of the 5th National Pharmacovigilance Week celebrations here at PA College of Pharmacy. Pharmacovigilance, as we all know, is the science and practice of detecting, assessing, understanding and preventing adverse drug reactions or any other drug-related problems. In simple words, it is about ensuring that the medicines we take are safe and effective for every patient. This year, the National Pharmacovigilance Week is being observed across the country with the theme, Your Safety, Just a Click Away, Report to PVPI. This theme emphasizes the importance of using simple, user-friendly reporting systems to ensure drug safety. Today, with just a click, patients, doctors, pharmacists, and healthcare professionals can report adverse drug reactions to the Pharmacovigilance Program of India, PVPI. This makes the reporting process faster, easier, and more accessible, thereby strengthening patient safety and public health. As part of our celebrations at PA College of Pharmacy, we have planned a variety of academic, creative, and community-based activities. Quiz competition to enhance knowledge e-poster presentation and placard preparation competition to spread creative awareness messages, slogan writing competition and role play competition to communicate the importance of drug safety, a workshop on basics of pharmacovigilance and ADR reporting system to train our students in practical skills, an anti-drug abuse rally to create social awareness, a visit to an old age home to spread care and compassion, and a health checkup camp to serve the community. These activities reflect our commitment not only to learning but also to serving society and building awareness. Now it is my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries, our chief guest, Dr. Rupa P. Naik, Professor of Pharmacology, Anapoya Medical College, Mangalore. Ma'am, your immense expertise and contributions in the field of pharmacology and pharmacovigilance are highly respected. We are honored by your presence and look forward to your valuable insights. Welcome, ma'am. I am delighted to welcome Dr. Sarfraz J. Hashim, Principal, PA First Grade College. Welcome you, sir.
I request Dr. Manohar Naik to welcome the guest of honor with the flower.
I wholeheartedly welcome our Principal, Dr. Salimullah Khan, who is the guiding force and giving our ideas to organize all the events. Welcome you, sir.
Jisha to welcome the principal with the flower.
Manohar Naik, Head Department of Pharmacology. And also I welcome Dr. Rajisha, Head of the Department of Pharmacology. And also Dr. Inayatullah, HOD of Pharmaceutics Department. Welcome you all. I also extend a warm welcome to all of our faculty members, teaching and non-teaching staff, dear students and the media personnel who have joined us today. Your enthusiasm and active participation make these celebrations truly vibrant and meaningful. Once again, I extend my warmest welcome to one and all. Let us look forward to an inspiring inaugural session and a memorable week of learning, awareness and service. Always keeping in mind that your safety is just a click away. Report to PVPI. Thank you very much.
It is now time for the official inauguration of the 5th National Pharmacovigilance Week 2025. To mark this occasion, we request our chief guest, Dr. Rupa P. Naik, to kindly inaugurate the week by playing a short video on the origin and importance of pharmacovigilance, which briefly highlights how this vital system for drug safety began and its role in protecting public health.
Disaster claimed over 100 lives, many of them children, after a toxic drug formulation that reached the market. Years later, in the early 90s, the drug thalidomide was prescribed to a pregnant woman for morning sickness. Thousands of babies were born with severe birth defects, a tragedy that shook the entire world. From these painful lessons, the science of pharmacovigilance was born, with the aim to detect, monitor and prevent adverse drug reactions and to make medicines safer for all. India joined the global program in 1997 and in 2010 launched the Pharmacovigilance Program of India, strengthening our nation's commitment to patient safety. National Pharmacovigilance Week was established to spread awareness, build trust and protect public health together. This year, the theme is Your safety just a click away. Report to PVPI. Pharmacovigilance, protecting lives through awareness, action and trust. Together, we celebrate 5th National Pharmacovigilance Week.
Our chief guest, Dr. Rupa P. Naik, to share a few words with us.
To stand in front of such an enthusiastic crowd, budding pharmacists, it's really my pleasure to be here on the occasion of this 5th Pharmacovigilance Week. I thank one and all for having me here, and such a warm inaugural function. Thank you very much. And so as sir has already told, that pharmacovigilance is such an important, crucial cornerstone of our healthcare, and we will discuss much more in my talk which follows later. So for the meantime, I'll keep to these few words, and thank you one and all for this warm welcome to this beautiful campus of yours. Thank you very much.
Principal, PA College of Pharmacy, under whose guidance the institution continues to achieve excellence. I request Sir to deliver the presidential address.
Professor Pharmacology, Yanapaya Medical College, the guest of honor Dr. Sarfraz J. Hashim, and my dear colleagues on the days, after days, and my dear students, Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all of you. At the outset, let me congratulate the Pharmacology Department for organizing this event very meticulously, very neatly it's done, and appreciations to them. Pharmacovigilance, as already told, is one of the very important part of our drugs safety measures that we take. Drugs are not safe. Drugs are chemicals. Drugs, as the definition itself goes, that what is a drug? Anything that alters the physiology of a body. So when you take drug, it has to alter the physiology of the body, and while altering, it alters many processes in the body. It's not only if I'm having headache, if I take a paracetamol, it's not only that headache that I get cured, but it also acts on many other things like liver, like gastrointestinal tract and various other parts, which many of us do not even know how many drugs cause what effects on the body. And that is why pharmacovigilance is, I'm talking in very, very layman terms. Okay, that is why pharmacovigilance is very, very important to know what the drug causes to the body and what adverse reactions it causes. There are many different adverse reactions and adverse drug events which takes place in the body. I had a professor, actually you can say philosopher and guide and a friend. He had a prostate problem, as an old man. So he had prostate problem and he started taking medicine for prostate. And he was almost bald, he lost all his hair. And suddenly after some time we could see some, that too, black hair turning up from his skull. Then we just asked, what happened, how come, we thought he is gone for that one, what do you call it? Yeah, implants and all. Then he said, no, it is the side effect of this medicine. Yeah, so medicines have different types of side effects. Okay, there are side effects and adverse effects. Okay, you have to know what is the difference between side effect, what is the difference between adverse effect, what is the adverse drug event, and all that you must understand. And we are the pharmacists and we are the responsible people who at the end of the day are responsible for these medicines. If we do not know that, then we will not be doing good service to the people. Being pharmacist, we must know drug actions, drug interactions, okay, and we must be in a position to counsel the patient, okay, what he has to take and how he has to take and what he has to do when there are such adverse events happen when he is using that medicine. So being pharmacist, it is very, very important for us to be highly responsible and highly empathetic towards the patients. Okay, we are not in the profession where you just have to earn money. We are in the profession which is a service oriented profession, and we need to understand all these things. And more about this pharmacovigilance will be disseminated by Madam, who is an expert in pharmacovigilance, and she has been delivered many lectures at different places, and I'm sure she will enlighten all of you more about drug safety profiles. With this, I would like to conclude, and we do not want to extend our inaugural for a long period, so as to give more time for the keynote address. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful words. As a token of love and gratitude, we now present a memento to our honorable guest. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to do the honors and a heartfelt appreciation. Conclusion, I now invite Dr. Aisha Saurin to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It is indeed my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion of the 5th National Pharmacovigilance Week celebrations. First and foremost, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to our respected patron, Mr. Abdullah Ibrahim, Managing Trustee, PA Educational Trust, Mangalore, for his constant guidance and encouragement. A special word of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Rupa P. Nayak, Professor of Pharmacology, Yanapaya Medical College, Mangalore, for gracing this occasion with her presence and sharing her valuable insights. I also take this opportunity to sincerely thank our guest of honor, Dr. Sarfraz J. Hasim, Principal, PA First Grade College, for gracing this occasion by his presence. A very special thanks to our principal, Dr. Salimullah Khan, for his vision and leadership in organizing this meaningful event. I would also like to extend my sincere appreciation to Dr. Mohammad Mubin, Vice Principal, PACP, and Dr. Manohar Nayak K, HOD, Department of Pharmacology, for their valuable contributions and support. My heartfelt thanks to all the teaching and non-teaching staff who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this program a grand success. A big thank you to all the students for their enthusiastic participation, which truly made this event memorable. I also acknowledge with gratitude the efforts of the site office team for their invaluable support in the physical arrangement of the event. Lastly, I extend my thanks to the media personnel for giving due coverage to this program. Thank you, one and all.
Moving forward with the keynote address, we are truly honored to have with us our chief guest and keynote speaker, Dr. Rupa P. Nayak, Professor, Department of Pharmacology, Yanapaya Medical College, Mangaluru, 1996, and went on to pursue her post-graduation MD in Pharmacology from Kasturba Medical College, Manipal, in 2001. With over 22 years of teaching experience, she has made significant contribution to the field of pharmacology and medical education. At present, she serves as a main nominee appointed by the Committee for Control and Supervision of Experiments on Animal, Government of India, to several esteemed institutions including Alwas Ayurveda Medical College, AJ Institute of Medical Science and Research Center, and KMC Mangaluru. She has previously held the same responsibility at KVG Medical College, Sulya. Dr. Nayak is also the chairman of Institutional Ethics Committee at NGSM IPS, Mangaluru. At Enopoya University, she serves as a coordinator of the Adverse Drug Reaction Monitoring Center under the Pharma Covigilance Program of India, and she heads the Scientific Review Board, a committee at Enopoya Medical College. She has also served as chairman of the Institutional Animal Ethics Committee from 2016 to 2021. And under her guidance, 9 MD pharmacology scholars and 3 PhD candidates have successfully completed their research. With a keen interest in medical education, she has several research publications to her credit and has chaired sessions at various national and international conferences. We are privileged to welcome such a distinguished academician, researcher, and mentor. I now request Dr. Rupa P. Nayak to kindly address the gathering.
Let me again thank Principal Sir for this wonderful opportunity and for the kind introduction. It's really a privilege to be here in front of all of you, and especially this occasion of a celebration of the 5th Pharmacovigilance Week. So as Sir already said, safety first. Patient safety is our prime concern. So for that, how pharmacovigilance is helping, how is it a key to developing trust and transparency in healthcare would be the topic I would go ahead today with. So at the outset, you've had a brief introduction about pharmacovigilance. So all of you are aware how pharmacovigilance, how the origin of pharmacovigilance, a beautiful video put up by the Department of Pharmacology. So that has even helped me so that I cut down my time telling you about pharmacovigilance. So as you see here, this is the theme of this year's celebration, that is your safety just a click away, report to PVPI. Now what is this PVPI? Pharmacovigilance Program of India. So as someone had already really pointed out, there were a lot of efforts in our country to get into this pharmacovigilance. That is, say it started even before 1997. Say in 1982, there was a start to this program. We wanted to join the pharmacovigilance program, but then it took so much of time, and finally in 2010, that is how we have really started, and this PVPI has been, the last 15 years have been really wonderful with the collaboration among all the healthcare professionals. So let me take you, so this is our week which we've been celebrating from the last 5 years. So my topic today would be pharmacovigilance, a key to trust and transparency in healthcare. So I also work as the coordinator. Our institution is recognized as the Adverse Drug Monitoring Center, AMC, and so recognized by the Government of India in 2021. So coming to the learning objectives of this session, I would like to take you all through this what is pharmacovigilance, why pharmacovigilance, what are the aims and objectives briefly, and also the role of pharmacovigilance in healthcare. Now, as it was already said, pharmacovigilance is a science. It is a very crucial activity, healthcare activity, which is derived from the term pharmacon and the vigilare, these two words. So, drug vigilance, we are keeping a watch on the activity of the drug. So the science and activities which are related to detection, we have assessment, then understanding, and the prevention of the adverse drug reactions. So this is what pharmacovigilance means, and WHO is defined this particular ADR, adverse drug reaction, as any noxious, unexpected or unwanted consequence of a drug which will appear in the human when you're giving this at usual doses. Even at therapeutic doses, what is confirmed to be given as a therapeutic dose, also at those doses, it is possible that the adverse drug reactions can appear even when you're giving these drugs for prophylaxis, you're giving for treatment, or even for diagnostic purposes. So with this background, as it was really pointed out, the thalidomide disaster, this was a very heart-rending and a very disaster, you can say, which was very unfortunate that such a big tragedy was required to awaken and give rise to this origin of pharmacovigilance. So as you see, it was marketed as a wonder drug. So the first trimester pregnant women were told that this particular wonder drug would really give relief to the morning sickness they were suffering from. And unfortunately, all over the world, you had 10,000 children born like this, and we still have these people who are being looked after by the state. Their particular countries are still looking after these surviving individuals who were born around 1959 to 1961. So, as you see, it is known as, the condition is known as, it's a congenital limb defect, and it is known as phocomelia. So this is the condition, and this led to the withdrawal of the drug from the market, and there were a lot of regulatory origins which led to a very good development of this regulatory authorities and more awareness about the drug safety, which was the need of the hour. So now the pharmacovigilance, it has its main aim, that is early detection. We cannot avoid, we cannot say that every drug which is coming out of the market would be safe, but it is our duty to detect early. It is detect the increase in the frequency. It is to keep vigilant, keep a watch on the risk factors for the identification, possible mechanisms how these areas are arising, and also very, very important is dissemination of information. Now, how Sir has planned such a wonderful activity throughout the week, disseminating not only the information to your budding pharmacists, but also to the community. That is very important, that you educate your patients and the community and keep them aware. The trust of the public is very, very important. As Sir rightly pointed out, we are a service-oriented profession. So it is our duty to disseminate information, increase the awareness of pharmacovigilance, the drug-related activities. So as the goals are, you can see, the goals of the pharmacovigilance are patient care, risk-benefit analysis. Any drug cannot be free of adverse effects, so we have to weigh the benefits and the risk. That particular benefit assessment of the risk is very important when it is prescribed or even when the drug is released in the market. So educating, these are the three primary goals of the pharmacovigilance program of India: patient care, risk benefit analysis, and education. So very briefly I'll let you know about the what happens before the drugs become available to the patient, how they are subjected to clinical studies. You have something called preclinical research when we work on animals, the laboratory animals, animal testing, followed by you have the clinical trial studies, which takes a lot of time. It can be anywhere from 2 to 10 years. The only exception being our COVID vaccine, which was the need of the hour, and it was released on a war footing basis. So here, if you see, we have something called the phase 4 of the clinical trial. So phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, I would not go into much details, but these are the clinical trial studies. But phase 4, when the drug is approved and it is in the market, that is the place where we need to be vigilant. Post-marketing surveillance, where it is possible, and the most of the drug interactions or even the drug reactions are detected in this phase. So you and we, every one of us, have to be responsible enough to be vigilant about these drug interactions and adverse drug reactions which arise only after marketing. So here, the question in your mind would be, why pharmacovigilance? Why pharmacovigilance? So, as I already told you, pre-marketing safety data. So we do test on animals, but we cannot be totally relying on that data, isn't it? It may not be totally relevant. Animal experiments may not give you 100% relevance. Again, clinical trials also may not be very complete data which you get. The reason would be, if you if you compare the clinical trials and your clinical practice. Now what happens in a clinical trial is, you take a very small number of patients, the study goes on for a few weeks to months, the special groups are not included here, okay, and the concomitant medications, illness, all this is avoided. The doses also of the drugs which we use is fixed, and you have conditions which under which the clinical trials are conducted are very rigorous. But when it comes to clinical practice, it is a different scenario. What happens is, your patients are exposed to these drugs when they are huge number of population is exposed. Once the drug comes into the market, what happens? At one point, you have all the patients who are taking, but they are not the ones who are not taking concomitant medications. They are the ones who have, other comorbidities. They are taking medications for other illnesses. It could be 1, 2, multiple. You have polypharmacy. These are some of the conditions which come into play when it comes into the market. And more important is, the conditions are flexible. We are not studying that particular drug under a particular strict, rigorous condition. So these are some of the differences between the clinical trial and clinical practice, and this is the reason why we have to be aware of the phase 4 clinical trial, that is post-marketing surveillance, to look into the newer drug interactions, and adverse drug reactions which come out. One more thing is, again, post-marketing, you have unexpected adverse reactions, as I said. So these are some of the issues which arise during the post-marketing surveillance. One more thing which I would like to highlight here, why again we are insisting and we want this attention towards pharmacovigilance, is because India is currently, even this is not the latest data, you can see it is currently the 9th largest producer of medicines. This is way back in 2021. And all of you are aware that India is the biggest exporter of the provider of the generic medications. And the 20% of the world's pharmaceutical export comes from our country. So our country is be more vigilant regarding these things. And also the half of the world's vaccinations also are produced in our country, providing vaccines to the other countries. So this is one more reason why we need to be vigilant. Also, you can see the ADRs have been known to be the 4th to 6th leading cause of mortality. According to the studies, the deaths among hospitalized patients is more, it could be ADR stand as 4th to 6th reason. So this is a very crucial point, which is an alarming situation. A patient should not be dying of adverse drug reaction. Dying from a disease is still acceptable, but not from adverse drug reaction. So this is one more reason why we have to be vigilant. So there are numerous studies which give this data, and I'm not talking only of our country. These figures are also from the USA and other countries where ADR is at its highest. So it could be from anywhere from 4th to 6th reason for these deaths. So you can also see ADRs account for this much percentage of hospitalization. So this is again an alarming situation. 1.9 to 5.6% of the hospitalization. That could be 35% of hospitalized patients with ADR, 2.3% of deaths, and also this is raising the mortality and morbidity, and this will increase the cost of healthcare. So it is not a good situation where you're spending more on the ADR, isn't it? So it is always prevention is better than cure. We have to be vigilant, and it is the duty of all of you to spread the awareness and report the ADRs. So of course, you can see the expense of ADRs. The current, in the last 5 years, the cost has again increased by 25%. It has reached almost $673 billion. So this is the extent of worry because of the adverse drug reaction. Now, partners in pharmacovigilance, so you have the WHO quality and assurance and safety. You have the international center at Sweden, the Uppsala Monitoring Center. Our country has many pharmacovigilance centers. We have numerous pharmaceutical companies, hospitals, academia like your institutions, and we all health professionals. So we are all stakeholders in the pharmacovigilance. Then you have, as I was pointing out, the Indian scenario. Though it was proposed way back in 1982, in 97, though India joined the ADR monitoring program, the National Pharmacovigilance program took place from 2004 to 2008, but 2010 was the real time when it really grew, and it is growing, and a very wonderful work has been done by the Pharmacovigilance program of India, that is in the last 15 years. And the last 4-5 years we've been celebrating this week, and it has gained a lot of importance. Now these are the soldiers of pharmacovigilance. You should be aware of the governance structure, because you should know where to report. What is this program? You have the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization under the Ministry of Health and Welfare, Family Welfare, that is the center in New Delhi, along with the NCC, that is the National Coordinating Center, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission at Ghaziabad, UP. These are the main governance structure, along with all the NMC approved medical colleges, hospitals, the private hospitals, and the pharmaceutical companies play a major role. So this would become really repetitive, but I'll just briefly tell you what does this PVPI do. As the definition was told, it detects the newer, rarer, delayed, any kind of ADRs, and it monitors the benefit and risk ratio. It also generates evidence that is to recommend the more safety of medicines, and also supports this organization, that is Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, in formulating safety and the different regulatory decisions to be taken regarding medicines. So as I told you, my institution is the Adverse Drug Monitoring Center, recognized by the Government of India. So our role here is we collect ADRs which are reported by various hospitals in and around our institution, and even those institutions who want to report to us. So we follow up the ADR reports which are collected, and we check whether it is according to the SOP, where the data entry is done into the Vigiflow, and then we report to the NCC, as I told you, PVPI, NCC at Ghaziabad, UP, and other duties, other training sessions are conducted, such as the one which is happening now, spreading pharmacovigilance awareness. We sensitize the physicians, the postgraduates, the other institutions, dentistry, physiotherapy, your pharmacy institutions, so that more and more awareness can be given. And last is the center head, as I am the center coordinator. I have to report it to send the monthly reports to the NCC PVPI. So now the next, I'll just briefly tell you about who can report this ADR. So remember that all healthcare professionals, doctors, dentists, pharmacists, nurses, physiotherapists, all of them can report. Even the non-health professionals, including consumers, can also report, but then we have a different reporting form. So you will soon be doing some skill work, isn't it? ADR reporting. So there you will see how to fill up those forms, but remember that is for the health professionals. You have separate reporting form for the patients, where the non-consumer, the non-healthcare professionals can also report. So that is very important. We have to tell our patients that they are able to report. Now the convenience is at its highest. You have mobile apps. You have various other, as the theme suggests, your reporting safety is just a click away. So this should be encouraged by one and all. And since all of you are so closely involved with the patients, it should be your duty to do this reporting. Then you have what to report. Of course, when someone says report, you should know all these basic things. What to report? So remember, ideally all the ADRs should be reported. All adverse drug reactions should be reported. The PVPI suggests that serious ADRs, what do you mean by serious ADRs? Anywhere where the patient outcome comes to hospitalization, disability, or there is death, okay, or some congenital anomaly, all these reports, all these conditions should be reported. And when you report the narrative, it should be complete. Then you have the non-serious, known, unknown. So we may think that this is common. This happens. With antihistamine, it happens. But the PVPI says non-serious, known, unknown, frequent, rare, everything should be reported. Next thing is about new drugs, old drugs. These are some of the doubts you get when you start reporting. So this should be very clear in your minds. Ideally, everything should be reported. Okay, even or those with congenital anomalies, all these things should be reported. Apart from that, of course, we have something called materiovigilance, hemovigilance, which I will not venture into right now. But remember that ADRs associated with radio contrast media, which is used clinically, vaccines, herbal remedies, vaccines, all these cosmetics, these should be reported. Then you have the, so if you are telling someone to report, what exactly should they have with them? Isn't it? Otherwise, what happens is, if you're not prepared, your report will be incomplete, and when you report it further, it will be invalid. So, for a report, what I'm reporting to the Pharmacovigilance Program of India, some things are missing. It comes back. It is invalid. So, the whole work of reporting is waste of our energy and time. So, it is always better you remember, even if you have to tell your patients or your students, the patient information, the details about adverse event, when the event started, what was the event, what was the time, which route did you give the drug, all these details should be there. And when you say suspected drug, you should have the details of the drug, not just the name. From your brand name to the company details, the expiry details. So I will just show you in brief. You have concomitant drugs. What are the other medications the patient was having when this particular adverse drug reaction occurred? So, risk factors, and the last is very, very important, reporter details. Anyone can tell me why reporter details are required? Is it to penalize that person? No. Things that people think, we are not going to give our name. Something happens to the patient, maybe we will be punished, penalized, something may happen. So this should be very, very clear. Reporter details are for completeness. The person can get back to the reporter and ask for more details which are required to complete your ADR. So you should give the full name, your address, the email, phone number without any fear. If you see the form, you have few lines towards the end. Please read those lines when you are given an ADR form. Okay? This is a suspected ADR form. It is voluntary. We are not forcing anyone, but in the interest of healthcare, the public wellness, you should report. So please read when you are given the ADR forms to fill up. Please do read. Then you have, what else do we require? So this form will be shown to you. I may not be showing the latest version. Okay, so you can see that you have patient 4 broader boxes. You have patient that and some details about the suspected medication, and last is your reporter details. All this will be taken very meticulously later. And this term, causality assessment, also will be told, but I'll just tell you what is this causality assessment. Please remember, it is not casualty. This is one mistake the students repeatedly do. It is causality, it is not casualty. Okay, casualty is your emergency. Causality is how likely is this medication cause of this particular problem in this particular patient where we have reported the ADR. Okay, so it is causality assessment. So this also will be told, and this is done by, we have 2-3 scales, but we prefer the WHO UMC scale where there are details, and I think in your next session it will be told in detail. So this is different assessment criteria are given, and you can assess your particular ADR. This is another scale, similar scale with scores. So now, what happens when this information, so what happens to this information? You have reported, you have filled up the form, given to the AMC, now what? Okay, so what happens is, we told you initially, I told you the governance structure, isn't it? So, we just keep everything strictly confidential. That is the first thing. Patient information should be confidential. So you will see that they will tell you only to put initials. Never put the full name. Only the initials. We do not want any pointers towards the patient information. And then, of course, it will go to from the AMC, it will go through the NCC PVPI, and it will be analyzed there, and it will go to the Global Pharmacovigilance database, which is managed by WHO, Uppsala, Sweden. And these are just some more pictures only. I will not be talking much. Vigiflow, this is the software we use. So you can see here, my colleague Dr. Safey has reported this. So you can see it is called an individual case safety report, where you have details of the person, the complete details. And this is how once the AMC reports, this is the information we get. So this is how a Vigiflow individual ICSR, individual case safety report looks like. So you can see it is so meticulous. You can see the date and time also of the report. Towards your left hand side corner you can see the exact time and date you have reported. So every report has to be going through this. So now with this reporting, what are you expecting? What is the outcome? Why should you report? We are constantly asking ourselves. So you can see some of the changes. First and foremost, as I said, patient safety is a concern. So we can restrict the drugs which are causing ADR. We can changes can be suggested in a specified medicine, dose of the medicine. You can include more safety warnings in the product information. And also you can change the legal status of the medicine. Maybe from the over-the-counter to the prescription only, and also in rare cases the medicines could be banned. Okay, so these are some of the consequences of reporting, and as our theme today, the theme of my talk is pharmacovigilance fosters trust, transparency in healthcare. So how are we doing that? How are we building up this trust and transparency is by continuous monitoring the medication safety, communicating the rest to the patient, the healthcare professionals, also empowering the patients to take informed decisions and ensuring public confidence. Now, the public has to have confidence in whatever we do. So, that is of utmost importance. So, for this, what are we doing? We are all collaborating. Whether it is all the healthcare professionals, doctors, dentists, physicians, the pharmacists, you have the nurses, you have regulators, pharmaceutical companies, and the patients. We are building a robust system of safety. And what is our final aim? That is to improve the health outcomes and strengthen the relationship between the public and the healthcare sector. So, to enhance this trust, what are we doing? We are moving towards proactive safety monitoring, patient and public safety. We are also developing that patient confidence and regulatory compliance automatically. Our robust pharmacovigilance standards will ensure that the drug safety is important. Of course, there is a shared responsibility. Remember, it is not one person who is responsible. We all as a team have to share our responsibilities and ensure that the public develops confidence. And transparency is the open communication. If you see, there are constant drug newsletters which inform on time-to-time basis what are the changes or any warnings have to be given, any details of the newer adverse drug reactions will be informed. And there is access. We empower the patients. The information given to them is easy to understand information, and also it enables them to take more healthcare informed decisions, and of course a strong regulatory presence framework. This is contributing to the transparency. Then you have the stronger healthcare ecosystem. So you have enhanced patient safety, improved drug development, and the patient-provider relationship is strengthened here. This is the result of our one of the activities, that is pharmacovigilance. So here we are applying all this in public health too. And where is that? You can see in immunization, in disease management like tuberculosis, malaria, HIV/AIDS, maternal and child health, and also some of the chronic health conditions, we are utilizing pharmacovigilance to integrate into public health programs. So we have really simplified ADR reporting. You have a suspected ADR. What do? We tell the physician, stop the suspected drug, retain the drug information incomplete, okay? And measures to terminate ADR should be taken by them and notify the pharmacovigilance cell. So that will be taken care. So what this is from the PVPI, whatever I told you right now. And you can see this is one of the latest measures taken by the PVPI just a month back. So you can see here the interactive voice response system, IVRS facility. They have not only, it was in English and maybe in 2 languages, now it has extended to 8 multilingual this thing. So you can see you can report in all these languages. Whoever can read whatever language, please understand. So you have Marathi, you have Gujarati, Kannada, Hindi, English, and so many other languages. So this is one measure taken for reporting. In our institution, this is the way we do ADR reporting through WhatsApp group, through forms. So this is what I was telling you. You should have complete information. You can see here you have patient details on the top. You have all the details of the drugs given. So this is one way of increasing, making it easier for the reporters, whether it's a doctor or a nurse, so that they can send us through WhatsApp, and this helps us do better reporting. So these are some of the measures we have taken, so that all these details, as you see, are very clear. Which batch of the drug, what is the manufacturer, expiry details, which company, more details about that. Okay, so these are some of the measures taken, and these are some of the challenges which I have been telling. Under-reporting. People think, why should I report? It's like you're voting. Why should I vote? So please remember that each and every one of you makes a difference. So it will surely make a difference. The reporting standards will increase. Signal detection would be improving. But of course, our challenges in our country is resource restraints. Okay, but still the PVPI from last 15 years is striving to be better. So these are some of the measures we are taking. As I told you, that mobile application, you have everything in the apps in the mobile where you can report, and increasing awareness and this thing. So I would end my talk saying that all of you are important. You budding pharmacists have a major role to play. This is what I want to emphasize in today's talk. So it's just a click away. Learn the right way of reporting ADRs and make a difference. And definitely pharmacovigilance would be, you all have a greater role to play in this science of pharmacovigilance. So thank you for your patient listening. Thank you.
And coming all the way to PACP amidst your busy schedule. Thank you for taking us thoroughly on the topic pharmacovigilance, a key to trust and transparency in healthcare, with your presentation. Your efforts are highly appreciated. Thank you, ma'am. To showcase their creativity and knowledge, including quiz, e-posters, slogan writing.